right, welcome back for another episode of the Center City Podcast. Brandon here, and I'm joined by my great friend Carlia and our guest Aaron Estrada from the Alabama Crimson Tide, but now he's preparing for the NBA draft. How's everything, man?
I'm doing good, man.
How's life been since the Final Four, since the season ended?
I've been on the move, honestly, bro. Like, I haven't really been home too much.
Nah.
You know, like right after the Final Four, like I probably got like 3 or 4 days off. Then I had to go to this little showcase called Portsmouth in Virginia, and I had to like play in front of like these scouts and everything. And then like kind of from there, like I said, I just been on the move like with my NBA workouts and everything. So.
Now you did 19 NBA workouts, right?
Yeah.
And like, how you feeling mentally and physically after them all?
Physically, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad tired. Like, you know, when you like go into these workouts and everything, you're not even there for 24 hours most of the time. Like,
yeah,
you probably fly in midday, like 5, 6, then you chill for that day, then you work out the next day in the morning, like 9, 10, and then they get you right out. You on to the next. So, just like doing all that, and then like with me having so many, like I said, I've just been tired, bro.
Tired as hell.
Yeah.
And what would you say out of all the workouts, what was the nicest facility that you've seen? Because you work out at the team facilities. Like, we were host stars at the facility. So what was the nicest facility you've seen?
Probably, me personally, I like Toronto.
Yeah,
Toronto
crazy.
was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
It's the OVO Center,
yeah,
right?
the OVO Center.
What was crazy? I mean, the outside is dope, but what was crazy about like the inside that they had in there?
I think just how they designed it. It's like, you been there before? You seen it?
Nah, I've seen photos. I've never been in person.
But like, I just think the way that they designed it, like the colors, I like black and red too. Like, I think those colors like together are fire. So they got those colors in there, like, and then like you said, like all that Drake stuff in there, all that OVO owls everywhere, on everything, bro. It's crazy.
Nah, it's really the culture. That's crazy. So yeah, man, that's super dope. What's it what was your family like? Let's go into family life. Like, what was your family like growing up? You grew up in Woodbury. What was kind of it like at home as a kid?
So growing up, I lived with my aunt and my dad for most of my life, but like my mom lived like Deptford, Woodbury, like she lived all over, to be honest, like as I was growing up. So I was kind of like between the two.
Yeah.
So like honestly, I really didn't like have like one person that I lived with. It was either I was going to my mom's house this night or with my dad and my aunt this night. So just being with them, it was like you said, I grew up in Woodbury. It was, you know, a super small city.
Yeah.
All my family lived there, all my cousins. Everybody kind of know everybody there. Super small community. So
you really had like that village feel. Nah, I feel that. Really had that village feel. Your parents play sports growing up?
My dad played basketball, but he like stopped playing. I think he was a sophomore or a junior. I'm not really too sure, but he like dropped out when he was that age. So.
Dropped out of school.
Yeah.
Just was going through a lot, had a lot going on.
Yeah, he was kind of in the streets.
Was he nice?
OD. he was also, my dad's 6'8" too, so he was a center.
Oh.
So you feel me? He played on the block and everything, and he swear he better than me, but like I watched him play.
I mean, that's just totally different game.
I know.
Like, you can't compare. You comparing apples to oranges.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I watched him play a full game, bro. Like just the whole skill set of like everybody on their team and everything. It was just like so much different, bro. Like they just didn't have what we got now, bro. So.
Yeah. Now, when did you realize like when did you start playing basketball for real?
Probably when I was like 3 or 4.
On a team. What was your first team?
Yeah, at the YMCA, I was like 4. I played on
crazy.
the 6-year-old, like the league that they got at the YMCA.
You was nice. You was getting buckets, or you was just regular?
Nah, I was getting baskets. I literally shot like, cause you know at the YMCA you had to pass 3 times.
Yeah.
Before you could shoot it and everything.
Uh-huh.
So they used to pass 3 times and be like, get the ball to Aaron.
And you were 2 years younger than everybody.
2 years younger.
Yeah, that's insane.
I was still killing, bro.
That's literally what I remember, like how Sion's upbringing was, like younger than everybody. Yeah, he's getting buckets, so you can kind of tell at a young age like that elite level.
Yeah, I was just killing, bro. It was just like, I don't know, it was just easy. Like, I wasn't even really trying. And then, they lowered the courts and everything, so like.
Yeah.
At what age or at what point did you realize like your talent was elite? Like you're better than that sounds cocky.
I think it's
but
fun.
like when did you realize like I'm not like y'all, like I'm not regular?
Honestly, I would probably say I didn't think like that till I got to college. To be honest with you, like when I really started killing in college, like my first year at Hofstra, I think that's when I kind of really took that step. Like mentally and like being confident in everything in myself. I think that was like, so how old was I, like 20?
Yeah.
20, 21.
That's crazy.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So prior to that, because you come from Woodbury, you went to Woodbury High. I know I went to Kingsway. So playing in that, like the Tri-County or whatever, did you just feel like in in high school, people weren't up to par with like how you play your skills? Like you didn't match your level until you got to college?
Yeah, and too, like, I would say like a little bit of AAU too.
Yeah.
But like with AAU, I was kind of like a role player, so I wasn't really like killing like that.
Right.
I was like 7th man off the bench in AAU.
Mm-hmm.
And then like playing in Tri-County, I mean it was like a couple good players, but I always felt like I was the best, but like I ain't really like express it like that. I feel like I kind of just was like, I'm just happy to be playing with my boys, and to be honest with you.
I mean, I've seen you play, like looking at pictures and stuff, you can tell like you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Like this is regular.
Yeah.
This is easy for me.
Yeah, and I work out a lot too.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's what it comes from, and that's where it came from, and that's why my confidence is built. Like going to Hofstra my 3rd year, because at Oregon, like, I wasn't playing like that.
Yeah.
And like, it was like mentally, bro, like going through that struggle of like not believing in yourself and everything, like that shit could get real, bro.
Now you play AAU. Who'd you play for? Philly Pride.
I played Philly Pride. We Are One, and then like the last team I played for was Olympus.
That was your last year, like your 17U year.
Yeah, I played with Olympus.
Who was on that team?
Me, like Tyshawn, Judge. It's like all South Jersey. We basically had like a South Jersey all-star team. It was like me, Tyshawn, Judge, Rydnell, Lawrence, Hartnell, Hay, DJ Campbell.
Yeah.
We had a lot of dudes from like South Jersey area.
Why'd you stop running on the UAA circuit?
Just cause, like I said, I was just like a role player and like just somebody who I felt like they ain't really like prioritize, or like they ain't really care about, if I was going to make it to the next level and be successful. So I was like, man, I'm going to go somewhere where, I feel like they actually care about me and they want me to thrive and everything.
Yeah. So overall, like your AAU career, you feel like your AAU career was memorable, or is like a part of your career that was just kind of up and down?
It was up and down until like that last year at Olympus. That's when I really had like the most fun.
Yeah.
Because I knew like a lot of them guys before playing with them, but like I haven't really like been around them in like the basketball setting. I kind of like knew them from like going to the mall every weekend and kind of like that, and like we'll like talk basketball sometime, but to like actually be around them and like know how they are as people and everything, that was dope for me.
So you're from Woodbury, your family's from Woodbury, you're a Woodbury guy, and correct me if I'm wrong, you hit the game-winning free throws to win Woodbury's first ever state championship.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Like that had to hit different coming from someone like, I'm really born and bred, my family's from here. Like, how did that feel?
Yeah, like when it first happened, like I wasn't even really thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
Like I was like 17 years old, so like I'm just kind of like that's just another shot for me, to be honest. I ain't really get like the bigger picture of like what I really just did and like what our team really accomplished that year. So.
Now, run me to play. Were y'all in a bonus and somebody grabbed you and fouled you, or you got fouled on the shot?
Nah, I got fouled on the shot.
On a shot. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I pulled up, like, I think it was like Coach Mark drew up a play. He was like, I'm going to get it at the top. We're going to let a couple seconds run off, and basically we're going to take the last shot.
Yeah.
He was like, Aaron, you're going to take the last shot. So
And they fouled. They
fouled me.
panicked.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
knew.
lie. I probably would have missed the shot too. I was like all off balance and everything too.
Y'all were playing at Rutgers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's insane. To talk about Mark, how's your relationship with Coach Mark?
Coach Mark, that's my guy, man. I mean, he's like another reason why I have like the confidence that I have. You know, like even when I was going to Oregon and I wasn't playing and everything, like whenever like I speak to him or come across him, he always just like kind of remind me and refresh me, like, yo, like you still that guy, you still a hooper, you know. And I think like just for anybody, you know, playing sports, like you need like a good support system.
Hell yeah.
Like like having a good support system and people that like actually care about you and constantly remind you that like you're good enough and like all that kind of stuff. I think that's big, bro, just for your mental and everything, because I know that helped me too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like without him, while you were at Oregon going through that time, you probably would have like not given up, but just fell in a deep like depression almost?
Nah, not really, cause like I had other people too. Obviously, I talked to my mom and dad like way more than I talked to Mark.
Right.
And they was like they always been supportive, like ever since I picked up a basketball. So like, yeah. But Mark, like I said, he definitely helped me, man. And too, like just getting in the gym with me, he really like is one of the first people that I feel like truly believed in Aaron Estrada. So
he see the vision.
yeah.
So you win it. You hit the game winning free throws at Woodbury. You're a junior. You win the chip, and then you say, "I'm going to St. Benedict."
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why not stay at Woodbury? Was it the lack? Did you feel like there was like Carlia had brought up the lack of competition in the Tri-County? Did you think you could get better games and better practice against competitive guys every day?
So I'm gonna tell you the story of how I even got to St.
please.
Benedict. So it was at an AAU tournament. I was at an AAU tournament.
You were with Olympus?
Yeah, with Olympus, my last year at AAU. And pretty much, East Carolina was my first offer. They was recruiting me. And the head coach there, he is like really, really tight with the head coach at St. Benedict's.
Okay.
And, they was talking to each other, I guess. And when he was recruiting me, he basically was like, yo, like, I got an opportunity for you, like, at St. Benedict's prep. He was like, if you were ever looking to, like, just be in a better situation, like, to help your college career, like, get more offers and play on a bigger stage and stuff like that. So, like, once he told me that, like, I was all for it, to be honest. Like, I was just like, yo, I want to go to St. Benedict's, you know what I'm saying?
How was that transfer? I mean, did you move up there?
Yeah, I had to stay on campus, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrible.
Why
And it was an all-boys school.
Yeah.
So, the campus wasn't nice?
Nah, they was just, you in high school still, so they strict. So I think that was what it was for me. Like, I wasn't used to, like, being restricted and having a curfew and got to turn my TV off at a certain time and stuff like that.
Do you think that those
I'm
rules,
like,
like, helped you in a way?
I mean,
like, it shows discipline and responsibility.
Yeah, it is discipline and responsibility, but I feel like I ain't really need that. Like, I was still functioning perfectly fine. Like, even when I did that, like, back at home, I was still, like, a good kid.
Cool, regular kid.
A regular kid, that's what I'm saying. So I ain't really need all that.
Yeah.
Feel me? And it was different for me, like I said, because I never, like, you know what I'm saying, had a curfew, had to turn my TV off, all that kind of stuff.
That's crazy.
So you don't regret not staying at Woodbury? You think you made, looking back, you think you made the right decision to go to St. Benedict?
Yeah, I think I made the right decision, but, like, throughout the process of being at St. Benedict's, I wanted to go back so bad.
You feel like it made you better?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely made me better.
Oh, so then it was probably worth it.
But it was worth it in the long run, yeah.
So you played for some insane coaches. I mean, you end up committing, although you had East Carolina, you had Robert Morris, you had Wagner, you end up committing to St. Peter's and Shaneen Holloway.
Yeah. And,
I mean, how was that experience? I mean, you won Conference Rookie of the Year, so you had a good year, but how was that experience playing for him?
It was fun. It was definitely different for me because he was, like, the first coach who, like, I didn't grow up with that, was, like, doing all that yelling and getting in your face and stuff. Like, growing up, I played with Coach Tommy. He's one of my best friends' dad. And he kind of coached us our whole life. So, like, when he yelled at us and stuff, like, you know, it's a little bit like you could take it like differently. I feel like opposed to like somebody who you really don't know like that, you know, and like you're still building that relationship with them.
Yeah.
So that was like my first time like being with a different coach that had that kind of coaching style. So I think like adjusting to that was like kind of tough for me at first.
Yeah.
I was like.
Do you think it was tough because like you said, Coach Tommy, like you grew up with him, if you almost knew from a certain point it was coming from a place of love versus this is a complete stranger, like I'm just here to play basketball?
Yeah, I think that being with Coach Tommy, he kind of set us up like positively in the right way to what we're going to face like going forward, cuz like I think that like all my friends that don't play ball right now, they was really supposed to be like hoopers. Like all of them. Like all of them was supposed to be hoopers, bro. Like they all supposed to be D1 still trying to get to the league right now. Like it's so crazy, but yeah, I think Coach Tommy definitely he set us up to know what we're going to see and what I have seen as far as in coaching styles, like when you move up. So
now you left St. Peter's. You had offers from Creighton, you had offers from Syracuse, you had offers for Oregon. Before we talk about Oregon, after seeing your Oregon journey, in your opinion, didn't go as well as you wanted it to, as far as your role in the team. Did you, after seeing St. Peter's go on that run the next year, like, did you kind of regret leaving at any point?
Nah, not really. I was just kind of, I was happy for them.
I was going to say.
To be honest, I was just happy for them, bro, because, like, I know them personally. I built a relationship with that whole team. I knew everybody on that team. The starting point guard, Medley, was my roommate. Like I said, I was just happy for them. They actually played in Philly too. I was trying to go to the game.
I was at that game.
You went? Yeah, I was trying to go. I was trying to go, brother, but it was all sold out, and the tickets was mad expensive.
Mad expensive. I was at that game. It was crazy. So you chose Oregon again, like I said, over Creighton and Syracuse. Why Oregon?
I ain't gonna lie. For me, I just made it like I was still like mad immature, and I just made a decision based off like the gear,
the brand.
Yeah, like they I ain't gonna lie, they sold me on that.
Who
they
sold
definitely
you on that?
sold me on that.
Did Dana sell you on that?
Nah. So like, just like they didn't really like physically sell me on that, but like I just know, like Oregon, they got mad gear. That's where the Nike headquarters is at. Like all that stuff's like I was kind of doing my own homework on Oregon. I was like, nah, I'm there. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, so who recruited you for the most part to Oregon? Was it Dana? Was it Stubbs?
So it was. I talked to Stubbs a little bit because he like came out here, maybe like once or twice. And he kind of just like shot me a text and everything. But the main guy that recruited me was Coach Mike Miniga. He's he from Canada actually.
Okay.
And he was recruiting me the most. I'm still cool with him too. So.
And how were the facilities and social? I mean, let's start. How were the facilities at Oregon?
The facilities was crazy, bro. Like, that was probably the best. Like as far as how it looked.
Yeah, aesthetically.
Yeah, like that's crazy, bro.
Were they better than the NBA facilities you just seen over the last few months?
It's probably right there. It's like neck and neck.
Neck and neck.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what's your favorite Oregon PE that you got while you were there?
The sevens. I had got these PE sevens at the end of the year. Yeah, they was hard. I still got them. I still ain't wear them yet. I still haven't
you didn't
worn
wear
them. Nah, I never wore them yet.
Never. Oh, that's crazy.
They still brand new in the box.
So overall, why you think, to kind of end off the Oregon journey, why do you think that whole thing didn't go well for you? Because you did play, I think you averaged like 3 points, something like that.
But but the thing is though, like, I played like garbage time.
Yeah.
Like, I played when we losing by 30 or we winning by 30. Like, I didn't really play when it mattered. So, like, I kind of, like, fell into that space mentally where I'm like, I don't even really care.
Because they had Chris Duarte.
Yeah. The team was good, though. That's the thing.
So you couldn't even be mad.
Like, but I'm saying at my position, bro, I felt like I could have played. Like, at least, like, because, like, the time that I did play, it was only because the starting point guard got hurt. And, like, he had to go deeper into the bench. So, like, soon as the starting point guard came back, it was quiet for me.
Did you play well? Why? Did you feel like you played well in the Pac-12? Wow. this started while you had the opportunity?
Not really, cause
It's
like
just so new.
yeah, it was new and like I feel like I was like on some like nervous a little bit,
Yeah.
cause I just felt like everything that I did, I had to like look over my shoulder and I had to like be perfect. And like when you hooping, like you want to hoop with a free mind.
Absolutely.
Like you want to be like at peace when you hooping. You don't want to be having to like worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think like the coaches, Coach Altman, kind of made it like that for me. Like just made it to where I just felt like I had to be. Like, I couldn't do nothing wrong or he gonna take me out or anything. So I definitely didn't play as well as I wanted to. I was still solid though.
Yeah.
Just like off my basketball instincts and everything, but I really wasn't like no game changer or nothing like that.
Nah.
I mean, how could you be?
Yeah.
Like, you're losing by 30. Even if you do get
That's
in
what
there,
I'm
you
saying.
put points up.
Like
What
literally,
did you do?
What does it mean?
What did you do?
I remember we was playing in the Pac-12 tournament, right? We was losing to like I think it was Oregon State. We was losing by like 30 points, maybe 20, and it was like 30 seconds left in the game, and he gonna put me in the game. Like,
Yeah.
why,
What
like what
So
are you doing, bro?
You feel like your, not like your main role as a player is to like just come in and put points on the board. But do you feel like in times of need, you're the best person that a coach could pick? Like, we're down by 10, put me in. I will make sure we're up and we're doing well.
Yeah, cause me, I feel like I'm not just a scorer. I feel like I'm just an all-around playmaker. Like I make the right play, and just my 2 years at Hofstra, that just happened to be my role,
Right.
and what I had to do for our team to win. And then like if you fast forward, and then like you go and look at my role at Alabama, my points went down a couple points, but you know
It's expected.
I was a part
Plays.
of in a very key point to like a very successful team. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of other things. Like I rebounded the ball well. Like, I led my team in rebounding for most of the year. I led my team in assists for most of the year. You know, and then we got like this thing at Alabama called like blue collar points. And it's basically like you get points for stuff that don't show up on like the stat sheet. So like deflections and tip passes and like taking charges.
Yeah.
Just things like that. And I had like the most points in that like throughout the season because they chart that for every single game, every practice, everything.
That's crazy. So Speedy Claxton, so your Oregon situation's over.
Yeah.
Speedy Claxton recruited you to Hofstra. How'd that happen?
So I entered the portal, and actually the assistant that Speedy hired, Coach Mike DePauli, he was recruiting me in high school to Fordham. And during that time, like when I was transferring and everything, I was kind of in a space where, you know, I was just like, I want to go somewhere where they going to let me play. Like, I don't care about how big the school is. I don't care, like, what conference it's in. Like, I'm just trying to hoop, bro. Like, I'm not trying to go to a Power 5 and get lost in the mix again. Like, that it ain't happening.
Yeah.
So, I had a relationship with Coach DePauli already, so I was already kind of comfortable with him. You know, I knew that he knew my game because he recruited me before. He had like somewhat of a relationship with my parents already, and you know my decision basically just came down to comfortability. I was the most comfortable with them throughout the whole process, and I was like let's do it.
You had a lot of people reaching out to you while you were in the portal.
Yeah,
That's literally I kind of just went through that with Sion. Like you getting calls, 3-4 calls every day, 4 or 5 calls every day.
I ain't
It's
gonna
crazy.
Lie. Sion asked me about Hofstra too though.
Yeah, well, they have reached out. I talked to Hofstra
Oh, you
myself.
talked to them?
Yeah, they were calling me. I talked to Hofstra, and it was. I think it was certainly up there, and it was. I think I had felt, and I think he felt good about Hofstra based on your situation.
Yeah.
Although y'all are two different types of guards.
Yeah.
So we were confident in it, but it just ended up not happening. But I'm sure it's like a great program, and I think for him too. I think New York may have been too close. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he definitely mentioned it a few times.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Hofstra,
mentioned.
I think Hofstra is a good spot for if you just want to go hoop.
Yeah.
Like if you're not trying to really worry about, you know, that coach that's going to be getting on you 24/7. Like I said before, like looking over your shoulder, being nervous. Like they just let you go. As long as you play defense, they're not gonna say nothing to you about offense. I swear. I swear, bro.
Well, was that you? Was that just you, or was that everybody?
That's our everybody. Like,
That was
that's how
everybody.
they run the program. Like, it's just a free offense. Like, you do what you do best and just stick to that, and you're not gonna say nothing to you.
You mentioned that you wanted to go somewhere and be comfortable and just be able to play. Now, would you? Okay, so I know you know Zier.
Yeah.
He went to Rowan. Could you see yourself being at Rowan and playing with Zier again?
Nah.
No way.
If anything, I always just talk to my mom about this. Like, I think Zier should have been playing at the level that I was playing
Yes.
at.
I agree.
Yes.
That's why I asked the question. I completely agree.
I
That's
tell
why
my
I asked.
mom, and I talk to my mom, like, not often, but it comes up from time to time, and I'll be like I wish Zier, had a real opportunity.
Yeah.
Cause like I work out like my years at Hofstra and being in college, I worked out with Zier like all summer. So like I'm seeing what he can do. I know what he can do. I played with him my whole life. Like I know he could play at this level. I seen him kill some top guys. Like,
What you think is the difference between a guy like that getting to that Division I level and sustaining a career there and not getting there? Like, what? It's just your circumstances at such a young age.
I think it's that, and then a little bit of you gotta know people when you're not like a big name, and in South Jersey you don't really get too much like publicity when you're not a big name. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason too why I left Woodbury too.
Just wasn't big enough.
It just, as I'm saying, I needed more
for
myself.
I've been saying for years. I said if I ever have a kid, and boy or girl, but mostly let's just refer to a boy, and I'm still living in this area. I'm still living in South Jersey. He wants to play basketball. There's no way in hell, unless Camden High is still Camden Prep, that my kid is playing high school basketball in South Jersey. I just don't think the coaching is there.
It's not.
I don't think the competition is there to compete against in practice, and I don't think it's no scout. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
Yeah, it's tough because like when I was like in high school, like I wasn't really looking at it like that.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I was just kind of happy to be hooping with my boys who I grew up with.
Hometown.
We was winning. Like, it just felt good. And, like, I'm big on, like, being comfortable wherever I'm at. And I was just the most comfortable there. So.
Brandon, to piggyback off of what you said, it's like not being here, obviously in Philly, in South Jersey, but there's not a lot of opportunities. Like, the fact that, like, you had AAU as an opportunity and you had people coming to you, that right there alone will open up different opportunities for networking. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. No. Like, I know for myself, I didn't have the opportunity to play AAU, but I guaranteed if I did, I would be in a position to be playing higher level basketball.
Like, even if you compare, like, Tri-County South Jersey hoops to, like, the Philly Catholic League, it's night and day. It's night and day. Like, the coaching, how serious they take it, it's just, it's not really... It's crazy how many great hoopers actually came out of South Jersey when you consider that the infrastructure is not set up for it to be a basketball-focused area.
Nah,
it's really
I think that's exactly what it is, to be honest.
It's the infrastructure setup. It's just not set up. Like, it's not that many great coaches.
He spoke on it. It's set up to have fun. You're set up to go out there and have fun with your friends. Yeah. Memories are made. La, 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 la. You going
and that's kind of how the coaches, like, coach, too.
That's literally how they coach. Like... And they don't have, and you go to connections, like, this is real talk. They don't have no connects. They don't know no D1 coaches.
For real,
they don't know nobody. Like, these coaches in Philly, they got connections. It's coaches in Philly that got connections. Clutch Athletics.
Yeah.
Fuck a D1 coach. They got pro agent connects. I know them. I'm telling you, like, it's a different ball game. That's why when guys like with Seth, when he does some stuff like go to Roman, it's like I can't be mad at it. Yeah. Feel me? Because it's like now look at his growth, look at his development. You know
I was supposed to go too.
Why you ain't go?
Wanted to be at home with the guys.
It worked out for you.
I wanted to be with the guys, man.
Your path is your path. Your journey worked out for you. So you won CAA Player of the Year twice while at Hofstra. What about the program and the office just like helped you do that? You think it's because you just had to go score?
Nah, I think it really came from, I talked about, like, confidence and everything. I think Hofstra did a good job with building that confidence. Because, like, when I first got to Hofstra, even though I got Player of the Year, I didn't really start playing good until, like, 2-3 months into the season. and then I kind of just took off from there. So like, I was like in the summertime and everything, I was still like getting to know everybody. You know, I was still kind of that new guy on the block. But once I got like comfortable, and like everybody kind of seen like, yo, like he's gonna be our guy. Like I just took off from there. So.
The Center City Podcast is brought to you by Young's Loyal Hands Home Care. Exceptional home, health aid, and companion care in the comfort of your home. Young's Loyal Hands Home Care combines the industry's leading screening, training, and oversight practices to provide compassionate caregivers, ensuring the highest level of care and support for our clients. Visit us at youngsloyalhandshomecare.com and on Instagram. See ya.
I have a question. At that point, did you realize, or did it kick in that like, because you've hit it on the head a few times now, that you're not having fun anymore? Like I could legitimately make a career out of playing basketball.
Yeah, I think that first year at Hofstra when I got Player of the Year, and agents started reaching out to me and basically telling me, you know, that I got a chance. And I think I just needed like that validation from somebody that was in that NBA world for me to see it. You know what I'm saying?
You feel seen at that point.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, now I know they watching me. I know they know I'm capable. And then I started like talking to my coaches and everything.
Yeah.
And they was like, bro, you got a real chance. Like, if you keep grinding, like, you could do it. So.
Yeah. After Hofstra, Player of the Year, what schools recruited you other than Alabama?
So I'll give you my top 4. It was Alabama, Kansas State, Florida State, and Cincinnati.
And Kansas State was hot because they were just coming off a run, right?
Yeah, yo.
And my boy went to Florida State. He was just telling me, he said Florida State is a movie. He said Florida State was the best 4 years of his life. He said Tallahassee's the best.
I ain't even going on my visit there either.
Where you going visits to?
Only Alabama and Cincinnati. I did Cincinnati too. I did Cincinnati first, then Alabama. Then I canceled the other 2.
Why did you go to Alabama?
For me, it was, you know, my goal ultimately was to get to the NBA. Whatever my next step was, I needed it to be the most efficient way to get me to the NBA. And that was Alabama, hands down. It was easy as far as the offense, like how they run their offense, like the structure of their offense, you know, the terminology. Then, like, they're big on analytics at Alabama, and I know that's the big thing in the league, too. They chart pretty much everything we do on the basketball court at Alabama is charted. Analytics, you're going to know the percentage of the shot, you know, with both hands. If you're stepping back with your left leg, right leg, like, you're getting every single analytic possible.
Now, give them some, because everybody hasn't really been in, like, these high-level facilities.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They have cameras that are, like, mounted in the ceiling, right? And, like, sensors and things.
Yeah.
And they're essentially, like, tracking what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's not somebody, they don't got a manager sitting there looking at Aaron's left foot. No, the technology in the college, NBA facilities at this point is so advanced that, like, these cameras can track those things and then chart it out.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing, I feel like, in my opinion, because if
crazy.
it was like an actual coach, that's not like guaranteed. Like, they could be wrong. The camera's not wrong.
Nah,
you can play that back.
That technology's right. Y'all have this. What's the shooting thing called?
The machine?
The shooting machine or the Noah thing?
The Noah.
Yeah.
So did you use the Noah for help with your shooting?
Yeah, I used the Noah for me. I used it because when I miss, I kind of miss short. I never miss long. Yeah. And I kind of tried to start using it to, you know, see when I'm missing, like, it would, like, tell you, like, a number. Yeah. And, like, when you get, like, 11 or higher, it usually went in. Yeah. And then, like, anything under that, then it was, like, a short miss. So I was kind of, like, using that to work on.
See, this is, like, the real stuff that happens every day in basketball facilities that they don't talk about on basketball pods, but this is actually how players
get into it over here.
Yeah, this is actually how players
all the details.
Nah, that's dope. So you really relied on that equipment.
Yeah, I like that. I used it a lot, bro. Like, I'm a gym rat, too, at that. So, like, I was always in the gym. They even track, like, it tracks how many shots you shoot, like, throughout the whole year in our practice gym. And I was, like, above everybody by, like, maybe, like, 2,000 or 3,000 shots.
That's fucking crazy.
So, like.
You were, I mean, When were you getting this extra time in? After practice, late at night, in the morning? Like,
Yeah, so I used to shoot before practice. So this I'm gonna just break down my day, a typical day in Alabama for me. I would wake up like 6:15. You know, the gym is super close, so I'll probably get over there. I'll get ready and everything real fast, like 5-10 minutes. I'll be over there like 6:30, 6:45. I would get a lift in, and then I would shoot after with my strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be done. We have film at like 8 every day, 8 a.m. So I would probably be done and everything around like 7:30, 7:45. You know, and then they'll have like the breakfast for us. They cater breakfast for us every morning.
Yeah.
So I would go eat breakfast or take it in the film room. I'll do the practice, watch film, do practice. We'll probably be done practice like 10:30, 11. I'll go chill for a little bit, you know, drink my shake, do whatever, chill for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And me, I was a guy who I didn't have to go to campus for my classes. I was all online.
You was online? Oh, that's crazy.
So, you know, other guys, they had to leave to go to classes. While they going to classes, I'm staying, getting my GA. We're going to get shots up after practice. Then I was doing that. Then either I would, like, eat again after that. Then sometimes I would do school. I wasn't really too focused on school like that, honestly. Because I already, like, got my degree and everything. So I was a grad student. So I was just like, I'm just going to take classes to be able to be eligible. So I wasn't really, like, too focused on school. So
what was in your typical shake? What did that shake look like? Did you make it, or did the nutritionist
Nah, the
make it?
nutritionist made it. So
What would be in it?
It was just like some type of like chocolate shake.
Okay.
So like post workout.
Some chocolate protein.
Yeah, something like that. Protein, something.
Kind of vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know your role? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Your role at Alabama was like within like that top 5-6 guys. You started some games, didn't start some, but you were in that core. Like, I'm playing 22 plus minutes a game. You would say?
Like I was like at Bama, like I would say probably a couple of games in. Like when it got to like December, so I'll say like a month in, I was probably playing like 30 minutes a game.
Yeah, especially when March Madness hit, you was like 28
and then
plus.
then when March Madness, I was really playing a lot too. And I would just say, like with Coach Oates, like when you do like the little stuff, like I was talking about, like the blue collar, the deflection, the stuff that don't show up on the stat sheet, like he really fuck with that. You know, and I was, like I said, I led the team, and that like at the end of every game, like they were like whoever had the most, they would like give him like a hard hat and everything. And
I saw that.
You'll get the hard hat, and you know everybody hype you up or whatever. And I had the most like hard hat awards on the team for like the whole year. Yeah. So, like I said, Coach Oates messed with that, and that's why I think I was playing more. Because if we being honest, like the whole like last month and even in the tournament, I really wasn't even playing that good. Like if we being honest, I wasn't shooting the ball well. I was shooting like 30% from three, like, but I was doing a lot of other stuff, you know, to help us win. So like he had to keep me on the court. You know,
had to keep you out there. You had no choice.
Yeah.
Do you think having the hard hat mentality while being at Bama made it not easier, but made it more, like you said, comfortable? Because you're not always, like, something that's a misconception with basketball is like, oh, I need to score all the time. That's a common misconception, and you don't have to do that in order to be a good basketball player defensively. Like you said, getting rebounds and stuff like that and assists. Did you think that helped and elevated you to be even more comfortable with playing basketball?
I think, not really, because I think, like, I just naturally do that stuff. Like, I always, like I said, I'm, like, just a playmaker. I've never been or labeled myself as, like, any type of player. Like, I just make the right play all the time. If you need me to score, I can go score. You need me to facilitate a team and lead a team, I could do that. You need me to be the leading rebounder, I could do that.
So, all-around player, basically.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be that everything.
That's a good though. That's a good thing to have, especially on like high level teams like that.
And too, like
people be too focused on scoring.
Scoring, literally, and that's what I had to realize. Like going to Bama, I didn't really need to score as much either, because I have a lot of great players around me that, you know, they probably score better than I do. You know what I'm saying? And I, like I said, I make like basketball winning plays.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Let's talk NIL money. You get any NIL money in Bama?
Yeah.
What are those rough figures, if you want? What did that look like?
No, I ain't gonna say how much it was, but
Yeah.
it was 6 figures. And how they do it, you probably know they go through a collective.
Right.
And you basically sign a contract with the collective.
Yeah.
And they basically pay you monthly stubs
for
12 months.
Now, for 12 months.
Yeah.
So you're still getting that money?
Yeah, so I get one more check because I started in June.
Now, is it paper checks or direct deposit?
Direct deposit. Or you can set it up however you want. But I did direct deposit just because it's easier.
Tax-free?
Tax-free.
Oh, that's crazy.
I wouldn't want to check
So
with all that money, and then gotta go.
Gotta go
like,
to
can
the
you
bank.
check? Can you cash
Can you
this?
clear it?
Just direct deposit. They just pop up in the account on like the 29th of every month or 28th.
So who was Mark getting the most money?
I think Grant Nelson was.
Now,
Because, you know, coming out of the portal, he was
big.
He was the hottest in the portal.
Where was he at before he went to Bama?
North Dakota State.
He went crazy. He was the athletic white boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wait, so, all right. No, you ain't got to tell me how much guys are making. Was there a big gap between, like, where would you say, what was it, 12 guys getting paid on the roster?
Yeah.
All right. Where would you say you were at in that 12 money-wise?
Top 3.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound surprised.
No, I'm not. I don't. But I mean, they had a lot of. I was thinking like 4 or 5. I was thinking within that
But
range.
he was coming in and doing what he was doing.
I was also a hot name in the portal too. Like I was ranked higher than Grant in the portal.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you were two. Yeah. You 2-time player of the year. Yeah.
So yeah, I got like good money too, but I feel like Grant got really a lot of that because, like, Bama has never had like a white star in basketball. And I'm just being honest, bro.
Yeah.
They never had like a white star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That played ball. So like, you know, the donors and everything, they loved it, bro. They loved them.
So the donors decide how much you get, or the coaches
It's really like
a mix.
However much you can
Negotiate.
to be honest with you.
Who did your negotiating? Your agent?
Nah, so basically they gave me Bama, like the coaches, they gave me a number. They said, we can get you this much to start out, and this is like where you can start out, but you obviously, as the season goes on, you can earn more, or, you know what I'm saying?
Did you make more as the season went on?
Yeah, so like not from the collective, like just like other deals and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like that had nothing to do with the collective.
So you were number 3. You were doing north of 6 figures. What do you think number 1 was doing north of 300,000-400,000?
3.
And now,
3, yeah.
could you have gotten more money elsewhere?
Yeah, definitely.
How much more?
My highest offer was 800,000.
So you
Jesus.
So you-
boy.
800.
What?
You can or cannot say who that was from.
I can. You want?
Yeah, if you want.
Cincinnati.
I wanted to maintain your privacy.
Yeah, Cincinnati was 800,000.
So Cincinnati was gonna give you 800 bands, and you took. I mean, let's say you took under 300 because Grant got. Because the highest.
I took under 300.
You took under 300 to go to Alabama because you felt like it would be the better move in the long term.
To get where I am right now.
Right now.
Yes.
It worked out.
And
clearly.
you, I mean, yeah, because you shit. Cincinnati made the tournament, right?
Nah.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, so you definitely was feeling good after they make that turn. You was like, all right,
They was like
500,000-600,000
Yeah.
didn't get it, but
Cause like I'm saying, when I made my decision, bro, I looked at everything, not just the money. I looked at the team that I'm gonna be playing with, you know, like their
Smart
track
shit.
record,
yeah.
who this coach got into the NBA. Like I
Yeah.
looked at every aspect, bro, and Alabama was clear.
So let me ask you one more question about it. I don't want to dig too. Let me ask you one more question about NIL. So your parents, your mom,
Yeah.
and your dad, whoever else, feel me, your closest people around you, they knew the numbers before you committed.
Yeah. My mom went on a visit with me to Cincinnati.
How did she feel when she heard that number first?
She was just like,
What the fuck?
it's a lot of money. Like,
And how did she feel when she found that you were taking, let's call it a pay cut, a significant pay cut to go to Bama?
So I talk to my mom all the time. She told me, like, it's so crazy. When we was talking about everything, she told me that she wanted me to go to Alabama anyway.
So she was like,
So
I don't
she
care
knew
about the money.
she knew all the money situations with every single team, because also every team flew to my house to have like a home visit with me too.
Mhm.
So when they came in, that like the NIL came up with the money and everything, and like I said, she knew all the numbers.
Mm.
She still said, like, after we talked to every team that came, she's like, I think you should go to Alabama.
Wow. How
That's
was
crazy.
it's insane.
Yeah.
How was the social life at Alabama? How was it being in Bama?
It was crazy. I really felt like a celebrity.
Yeah, because
Low key, just a little bit.
everyone knows your name.
Yeah,
even
everybody
the
knows
locals.
who you are, you know, and it's like a college town, so it's not really much, you know, outside of that.
It's just y'all.
Yeah, it's just
Alabama
us.
doesn't have an
It's
NBA
just
team.
Alabama. So, like, you know, you go to, like, a Walmart, you go to Target, anything, people noticing you, you know, want to take pictures.
They want to take pictures in the hall.
yeah.
Especially
that.
as the season went, you just got more notoriety.
Yeah, oh God. And then, like, I ain't gonna lie, when we got back from the tournament, though,
I mean, you're so
I can
you
only
were-
imagine. Like, even watching games and
Yeah.
watching people in the stands, they
Yeah.
would go ballistic.
yeah, it was crazy.
Are
though.
you good in Bama forever?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Like you straight
life,
forever.
for
You can
life.
go back there. You
I'm
good.
Like, I'm part of the best team that ever played
No,
in
literally.
Bama history
Yeah.
on paper.
No, yeah, no, you are.
So, like, I think I'm
That's
good.
crazy
And, like,
as
too, like,
hell.
people always ask me, like, yo, did you experience, like, any racism
Yeah, did
and
you?
things like that? Like, bro, if you play sports, bro, you're loved.
They don't care.
You're loved, bro. I swear.
Yeah.
It's no sign of no racism, no animosity, nothing when you're around.
Is there racism and animosity down there? Do you think
I mean, probably.
it would be naive to say no?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
Bama.
Most likely. In other areas, but like in Tuscaloosa and around Tuscaloosa, like you good if you play sports and they know your face.
Wow. So I mean, walk us through like, what the fuck is it like to go through that tournament? Cause you guys won the SEC tournament, right?
Nah, we lost.
Who did you
to
lose to?
Florida.
What round?
First round. Lost to Florida.
Why did I think y'all go? Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I didn't think y'all would have success in the big dance.
Yeah.
Because y'all have folded earlier in that joint.
yeah.
So I'm like, what's like they
But
not?
Florida play weird though. That's really why they just play.
What you
weird.
mean? What way?
They play like they're one of the only teams in college basketball that plays 2 5-man, and it's just like it's hard to stop them, bro. Like we couldn't get stops, bro.
Yeah, and y'all didn't have like a fucking 7 foot. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We didn't have, like, a
Y'all
7-footer.
weren't built like that.
Yeah, that just wasn't our type of team. We was a more, you know, we're gonna get up in you, try to make you turn it over. Then like our bigs were good, but like their strengths weren't rim protection.
Rim protection.
So,
It's tough.
yeah.
So what's it like? Like you're going through the tournament. I mean, like are you sleeping?
Yeah, bro. It was like it's crazy. We actually had like a lot of downtime
Yeah.
throughout the tournament, like, you know, cause you get to the sites and everything like days before you play. So at times you kind of just sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're not practicing or like you don't got film or you're not eating out somewhere, like you just chilling in your room or like in the lounge area with your teammates or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, I had a lot of downtime.
You just a lot on you, just thinking, preparing.
Yeah, but I try to like not even look at it or like try to think too much while I was like playing, cause that could also like hinder you too. Like when you just like thinking too much and like, yo, I gotta play well, and you know what I'm saying. And this goes back to like what I said earlier, just like playing with a free mind and everything. Like you don't want to be thinking too much
Yeah.
about, you know, your last shot or you turned it over or nothing. Like you kind of just want to play it.
And the crowds just continue to grow, and the games just get bigger.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That Final Four game, bro.
I was gonna ask you about that. So the night before, all right. So it's the night before the Final Four.
Bro.
You at the hotel. Like, what is going through your mind? Like, I gotta understand this.
I was like,
mad people.
I
were
just
texting
kept
you?
saying, yeah, it was crazy. But I just kept saying to myself, like, yo, I'm really here. Like, I just
Yeah.
had that mindset, like, yo, I'm really about to play in the Final Four.
You couldn't believe it.
Like, I was just, it's hard to really describe because, like, you just got to be in that moment to, like, know what it feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like. And it was, like, when we got there and everything, like, we played at the Cardinals.
Right. You played in like a stadium. Yeah.
And, like, literally, I promise you, it was not a single seat empty. Every single seat was filled, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just, I walked, and you know, too, like, when you play in the Final Four,
You go up.
they put it in the middle, and they put it, like, up on the stage. So you got to, like, walk up the stairs to get on the court. And, like, some people was like eye level to the ground, so like they kind of looking up at you, like you on the stage, like that's where my family and everything's at. So they kind of like looking up at you, like you like really on the stage.
Your family had really close seats.
Yeah, they was super close. They was like right across from our bench. Like my bench was like right here. They was like right across.
Yeah.
And then they was like looking up at it.
So you're a shoot around. You just walk into the Cardinal Stadium. Like, is the basket like visually, like in your head, is the basket like kind of messed, like, I don't know what the word is, but like, you know, when a room's so big, you think like, is it
like
throwing
the
off your
depth
shot?
perception and all
Yes,
that?
the depth. Is it throwing off your shot?
I mean, not really.
It was cool.
I was cool because we shot on it a lot, like beforehand.
Yeah.
So like you kind of get used to it when you spend like 2 days, 3 days before like shooting on the court and everything. So we kind of got used to it. But at first though, it was a little crazy. I was like, damn. I was like shooting like long. Everything was long.
Yeah.
Just airballing a couple shots.
Yeah, no. That's insane. And your family got to experience all that.
Yeah.
Did they have to pay for it, or how did that?
Nah, they didn't pay for nothing.
Alabama took care of that check. I mean, that bill.
So I paid for their flights.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama and all them paid for like their hotel, like where they stay at and stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Look out for the fam.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Do you have a favorite teammate that you've ever had?
That I ever had?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Okay, well, let
anybody
me be specific. College, as far as college.
Yeah.
In college?
Yeah.
A favorite teammate, as far as playing on the court with or just being around?
How about, let's get both. Okay, so on the court.
On the court, I liked playing with Nick Pringle at Alabama. I think he was probably one of my favorite teammates to play with. He just give you that extra energy. Like, and he's not even a guy that like scores or nothing like that. He's like the guy that he wants to see everybody else eat. Like, he don't care about scoring. He's going to just play his role, and you know what I'm saying, long as we winning or we successful, like, he's good.
Those are important people to have on a team.
Hell yeah.
Because, like, you'll be losing, and then you'll have a person like him come and, like, hype you up, start screaming and doing shit like that, and you're like, what?
He was
like, let me lock in real quick.
He was that energy guy for us all year long. Man.
You need them selfless people.
Yeah.
But before we kind of end the Final Four talk, give me some thoughts on that UConn game. What was the difference between y'all beating UConn and you not beating UConn?
I think we just had a lot of mental breakdowns defensively.
Was it that because I know Murray, their coach, they run a lot of those international sets. And I talked to, last night we interviewed him on Noel.
Yeah.
And I talked to him about that. Was it that you just hadn't seen those actions?
Nah, we scouted it pretty well, but, you know, when everything breaks down and you stop their initial action, like, you still got to guard the simple shit, like the pick and rolls at the top and everything. And we was guarding, like, their actions pretty well. Then, like, you know, when the shot clock got down, like, they'll get into a ball screen, you know, somehow get caught from the corner, backdoor lob. Like, just little stuff like that. Like, I feel like those were, like, the biggest game-changer moments for us. Like, we'll go on, like, a 6-0 run, and then they'll get a bucket like that. And I'll be like, damn, like, we was right there.
Because with UConn, like, from what Ahmad was saying, from what he's being taught about their offenses, they're really, which I think most college and NBA offenses like do, like, they're kind of taking what the defense is giving them.
Yeah,
and they're really good at reading
the defense. Yeah, that's really all it is. That's how our offense was at Alabama too. Our coach was really good with making adjustments based off the defensive personnel. So, and like you said, kind of just taking what they're going to give you. And with UConn, they kind of like I seen Dan Hurley talk about it in one of his like, he was on a show or something, and he was saying how it's like football audibles.
Yes.
And they kind of like, they just have so many different variations to one set. So it may look like they running a whole bunch of different plays, but they just really reading the defense and based off how you guard it.
Yeah, really smart players.
Yeah.
Shot makers.
Yeah.
Who you think was the best player on UConn on that?
The best player overall?
On that UConn team.
They've
got Klingon. He might get drafted like top 2, 3.
Yeah.
Who you
the
think?
best player? I'll say Stephon Castle. he was probably like their best overall player all around.
Yeah.
But I think like they're not as successful as a team without Klingon though. He's like that guy for them. You know, his defensive presence, lob threat. But it's really mainly just his defense though. Like that's why they're so good because they got Klingon in the paint. Like
he's just blocking.
He's like 7'1", and he's not even like the best shot blocker. He just alters a lot of shots, and it's hard to finish on. You know, a 7'1" guy that can move. He can move real well. People don't really know that.
Yeah.
And you don't really know until you actually play against him.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's slow, but he be moving, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Same thing with like Zach Edey too, because we played Purdue earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Like,
How was it?
He might look like he's slow, bro, but he can move. Like all those footers.
Is he just like a It's just like that Purdue team was pretty impressive to me. I feel like they really improved like the guys around him this year, and that's what made them so good.
Yeah, I think too. I think if you put Zach Edey on any team, they're gonna compete for a national championship. Honestly, oh God.
You like Edey in the NBA?
Yeah, I think he'll be able to.
You think his game will translate?
Yeah, because like I said, he can move better than people think, bro. Like he was playing, like people don't know, like he's playing like 30 to 35 minutes a game. Some games he's playing full 40.
Yeah.
Like, how people be trying to say, like, oh, he won't be able to keep up, whatever. Like, college games are fast, bro.
Yeah.
They're not, like, probably not as fast as the NBA, but to play 40 minutes, like, he's not going to play 40 minutes in the NBA. He's probably going to play, like, 20, 25. Like, I think he can do that at the NBA level.
So you play for Holloway, you play for Altman, you play for Claxton, you play for Oates. Who was your favorite coach you played for in college?
Speedy.
Speedy?
Yeah, Speedy.
There was no hesitation with
That was crazy. I was
Easily.
expecting you to say Oates. Why was it Speedy?
Easily. I think Coach Oates, I definitely enjoyed playing for Coach Oates, but I think the thing about Coach Speedy is he reminds me of, like, who I am and how I would be as a coach. And so, like, we kind of connected differently, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think relationships, too, are everything with, you know, with your best players and, you know, how good do you want your program to be. I think it all depends on your relationships with everybody, you know, how everybody treats each other, you know, what that culture is like.
Yeah.
I think that culture at Hofstra was probably the best.
Carlia's going to take this next question, but real fast to touch on the Speedy thing, do you see him going to a bigger school, coaching at a bigger school soon?
Nah. He's staying at Hofstra.
He's just comfortable there.
Yeah, he's good. You know what I'm saying? He went to Hofstra, played there, got drafted from there.
Yeah.
You know, he applied for the position. He says it all the time, like that's his dream job. So I can't see him going anywhere.
That's interesting.
How do you feel the transfer portal has impacted the CBB?
I think that it's good for, you know, guys that actually need it and not guys that are just trying to hop around for a check. I mean,
I definitely see that.
I think nowadays, you know, even kids coming into college, you know, whether it's their handler, their agent, most of them just be in it for the bag.
Yeah.
So I think it's a blessing and a curse, like I said, depending on how you want to use it.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you think we're better with it than without it?
I think as far as from like building character standpoint, as if, you know, you're in a situation that, you know, it's tough. Like for me, example, you're not playing as much, you know, you could just go ahead and leave and go to the next spot and go somewhere where you're promised instead of, you know, kind of figuring it out. You know, you're kind of able to run from that problem with the transfer portal now, and you don't got to sit out no more. So, like, yeah.
Big fan
That's what
of
I
it.
think.
You like it?
But I like the transfer portal, though, because it worked out for me. So.
Right. I know a lot of freshmen you see, they come in, they experience 6 months, a year in, and they're like, oh, I'm not getting playing time, or I don't like the team, I don't like the coach, things of that nature. They just hop in the portal and they just go wherever. That's like a waste, I feel like. Like, you didn't even really try it out. Like, you're a freshman. How could you really know?
I mean, what do you think on that?
I think that, like I said, it could be good or bad. It's just some guys, like I said, they just run from whatever the problem is. They just go like, all right,
Good
I'm not
escape
playing
route.
here. I'm gonna go to this school where the coach promised me X, Y, and Z. So
Like, I think it depends, like, what your promise. So typically, like, correct me if I'm wrong, in recruitment, you're sort of promised something as far as a role on the team.
yeah.
Now it's up to
A
you.
lot of that be lies too.
A lot of that be lies.
They be lying about that
They
too.
be capping. And if you're legitimately, like, if you're going to a school, you're getting recruited out of high school,
Yeah.
this is just my opinion, and he's telling you, yo, like, you're going to be in our rotation. You're going to be within that 6-7 man rotation,
If
right?
you're not a 5-star, then you shouldn't believe that.
You should not believe
You
that.
should not believe that you're going to be a star player on anybody's college program team,
Yeah.
unless you're going to like a smaller school.
Now,
But,
do you
like,
say
most
that
of
with
them,
now? Do you say that with just basketball, or do you say that with, like football too?
football is probably even worse because you got more players in your
It
position.
definitely is.
Yeah.
I
It's
had to
way more
experience that
players
with my
in your
brother.
position with football. Like at basketball, you probably got like one person ahead of you,
It's easier.
maybe two.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's easier to like kind of find a way. And football, I feel like if you kind of get lost in the sauce in football, and the coach like don't mess with you or forget about you, like it's over with because they bringing in 4 more DBs the next year, like 2 more quarterbacks the next year, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're promised you're promised a position, and you go somewhere, you playing your tail off, you're doing everything right, and a coach is just simply not putting you in that role. You need to get out of there.
Yeah. I think that's when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Because it just makes sense. Like who wouldn't leave in that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you're doing everything you can in your own possible power.
Yeah.
Could be a thing against you or your style of play. How was it seeing Seth get drafted last year?
I was happy as hell, yo.
Yeah.
I swear. I was like a little upset I couldn't be there because I was at school, but I was watching it in my living room.
You called him?
Nah, I ain't call him.
Yeah.
I didn't call him, like, not that day. I talked to him, like, a couple days after, but, like, I knew, like, he was at his draft party, everything. And whatchamacallit had called me, though, actually. I think it was Mo.
Yeah.
Mo had called me, and then he kind of, like, showed, like, the whole scenery of everybody that was there and everything. Said what's up to a few people, but, like, everybody was, like, kind of, like, crowding stuff around him, so I didn't really get to speak to him on draft day.
Yeah. And he got a 2-way. Huge.
Yeah.
So he's kind of working his way into the league. I'm excited to see where he goes. His game just fits the league, so
that's what I'm saying.
well.
6'8", shoot
Shoot.
threes and play defense.
That's the NBA.
Literally. And he's built perfect for it, too.
No, literally. That is literally.
I think he's going to be good, though, man.
Yeah.
Once he get, like, a real chance at playing, you know, for, like, on a real roster, like, not 2-way.
Mhm.
Like, once he get on, like, a actual team, he's going to thrive.
Yeah.
Because it's evident. Just like his G League games, too. Like, he be killing the G League easy.
Yeah. How you feel about the G?
I think it's a good stepping stool for, you know, incoming guys like myself to kind of get that feel of the league just a little bit as far as, you know, like I said, like terminology and, you know, how they want to play and things like that. You know, especially if you're not used to playing like that. I know coming from college to NBA, like the offensive schemes and everything is just so much different. And I know that just even from jumping from like Hofstra to Alabama, like just the whole structure and, you know, what they look for within the offense and like what they determine is a good shot and a bad shot and everything. It's just so much different.
What do they at Alabama? What did they? I think that's a really good talk point. What do they determine what is a good shot? Define a good shot at Alabama.
So we have this term called shrink three versus non-shrink three, and basically a shrink three is when you get the defense to collapse. Anytime you get the defense to collapse and the ball hits the paint and you spray out to anywhere, if you shoot it, they consider that a good shot. But if the ball like stays around the arc, nobody drives it, and like you shoot like a step back three, early shot clock, like that's a bad shot.
It's a bad shot.
Yeah,
So
and mid ranges too.
They
Not all mid ranges though. Like, I'm talking about bad shot.
Okay.
Like Coach Oates was kind of like on edge about mid ranges. Like sometimes he'll say it's a good shot. sometimes he'll say it's a bad shot. Well, really, if you make it, it's a good shot. If you miss, it's a bad shot. So.
No, pretty much.
Do you want to ask or you want me to
No,
ask?
you
Okay.
take it.
So we know what you do. Great on the court as far as being a playmaker, scorer defensively. Off of the court, what do you think or what do you feel that you do exceptionally well?
I think just being myself. I'm like a real chill dude.
I can tell.
I'll just be laid back. I'll be chilling. Like I was telling her earlier, I ain't really like party that much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of introvert. You know, I play the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk to my friends a lot. I'll be on social media a little bit. But like I don't really do too much. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I mean, the NBA is pretty much comprised of players that have one very unique skill set.
Yeah.
So to retain your spot in the NBA, typically you have to do one thing exceptionally well. What is that one thing you do exceptionally well that is going to get you to the point where you're in a rotation?
Yeah, I say passing. I think that's like, well, that's the feedback that I've been getting as far as me facilitating, being a leader, kind of just being that, you know, that energizer bunny for the team. And too, like going to Alabama, that was like another role I had to take because that was my first time being the oldest guy on the team. I was the oldest guy on the team at Alabama. So, you know, I kind of like had to talk a little bit more. You know, I had to make sure everybody's on the same page a little bit more often. So I feel like just all of that stuff is going to help me, like, stick in the NBA when I get there.
I mean, what parts of your game, as far as translating to the NBA, do you think still need to be developed?
I think shooting consistently. My numbers kind of wavered this year at Alabama. Like I said, I really wasn't shooting well. And I know that that's a part of the game and everything, but like I work out and I work on my game probably more than anybody in the country. So, like I said, I just think just staying consistent with my jump shot and just staying sharp, I'll be good.
Yeah. What's your favorite spot to eat in South Jersey, Philly? Where you go?
South
Give me 3
Jersey.
spots. South Jersey and Philly.
It used to be Harvin Skins before they had closed.
Where that's at? Where was
Camden.
that at? Harvin's?
Camden.
What kind of food was it?
It was like I used to get a seafood cheesesteak.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it used to be fire.
So what was in it? Like salmon,
shrimp. I don't even really know, bro. Like all the ingredients, but
crazy.
It was fire.
What else?
I'd probably say Harvin Skins. People don't know I'm simple. I eat like a lot of Chipotle. I love Chipotle.
I think Chipotle is great for athletes.
Yeah, I eat a lot of Chipotle, and then probably Clean Plate now.
Yeah.
I mess with every time I come. Every time I come, I gotta get Clean Plate.
Clean Plate. What you get when you go to Clean Plate?
I get the shrimp and steak bowl.
Yeah.
White rice. Add some sweet teriyaki, sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, I get the sweet chili. Yeah. So I get the rice, I get the broccoli, carrots, the cheese on top, and then
I get the cheese sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling.
I like the melty cheese, salmon, sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, should be fire.
Right. Is seafood your favorite food?
I like my favorite food pasta. I like
every athlete.
Was that your
shrimp Alfredo?
Yo,
spaghetti, or like plain noodles.
When I worked in the league, you won't believe the amount of shrimp Alfredos I made before games. It was fucking insane.
That's my I don't know why. That's good,
boys athletes, like my brother's like that. He'll eat plain noodles and just put pepper and salt and be like,
oh no, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy.
What? He'll eat like spaghetti, plain noodles, shrimp Alfredo, chicken Alfredo. He's just real big on pasta, and like his friends are like that too. Like, why?
I mean, pasta's good for pregame.
It is. I mean, it's good, but like with most male athletes, that's what I hear.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know when I really started liking pasta like that. I just know like now, I gotta eat pasta.
Well, you're from South Jersey. South Jersey Italian is pasta. You know what I mean? It's kind of in your upbringing. I just think a lot of us that grow up around here, we don't realize it. When you actually look at like the geographic location where we live and what's around and what food popping, it's like mostly Italian spots, Italian, Mexican spots. When you think about it. Favorite musical artist and sort of what's your pregame playlist like?
Raw Wave.
I just saw Rod live. It's crazy.
Yeah. I went to my first concert too. It was a Raw Wave concert in Birmingham.
Yeah.
This past year, it was fire. But yeah, I'm a big Raw Wave fan. I don't really know how I started liking Raw Wave. I think like the first song I listened to was "Girl of My Dreams" or something like that.
Smash it.
Yeah. And that shit was. Ever since then, I'm like, yo, this nigga fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Carlia.
I'm gonna speak on it because I don't like Rod Wave, and I was gonna let it pass.
You don't like Travis Scott. You don't like Rod Wave.
It's not that I can get behind him. He's got a few good songs, but other than that, it's just like
people were saying he's too sad.
I don't think he's too sad.
I don't think he's too sad either. No.
But you could say the same thing about X before he passed away. People could say he was sad.
You think Rod is sad?
Every now and then, but like he's got some good songs. Like I'll actually listen to him like in my car. Yeah. Like it's very rare. I have to be like, damn, I want to listen to Rod Wave. I'll go and find him. Yeah. But it's not like I'm gonna listen to him every day.
Yeah, I got a whole playlist for Rod Wave. That's like really not the only person I listen to, but majority of the time, Rod Wave.
What is it about him? Like the lyrics?
I don't know. He just make me like.
It's great.
Even before the games, like. He just like, I don't know when I hear him talk about the struggle, it just motivate me for some reason.
Okay, now I understand that.
I don't know why. Like, I just get hella motivated. Like when I work out and everything, straight Raw Wave. Like, I even got everybody at Alabama. Every time like anybody worked out, like when his Nostalgia album first came out,
Jones great.
That was the only thing that was played in the Alabama gym. From everybody. I put everybody on. I swear. You could ask anybody on my team. Yeah. We was listening to straight Raw Wave. It was crazy.
I like Rod. The concert was crazy too.
Yeah, and he got a lot of fans too, bro.
Rod is huge. Rod is huge.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. But do you have any advice for young hoopers?
Yeah, I would say you gotta be consistent. Start and develop good habits at a younger age, cause it'll translate easier for you when you get to the next level. I think that's the biggest thing. And then, too, like I said, I talked about earlier, make sure you got a good support system and good people around you that will guide you in the right direction and want to see you win. I think that's like the biggest two things.
Yeah. We saw that last night with Ahmad and Tashid. He had that. He just got
even just the way that he spoke about him. He speaks highly about him.
Yeah, we're just having that. Favorite fashion brands?
Fashion brands? I just started getting into the designer stuff because I got a little money now. But before...
We like the honesty.
Before, I ain't gonna lie. Before, I used to be simple. I'm Polo T, H&M. Like, that was who I was,
Slim
bro.
Fit Tees.
Slim Fit Tees, like Macy's. Like, that's where I used to be at majority of the time. But now, I like Gallery, Chrome Hearts, like all that stuff. But we also, too, like, a lot of times, like, when we would travel and everything, like, we'd have, like, people do pop-up shops for us.
Yeah, and y'all niggas was getting money. So they would come to the hotel and say, I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but then, too, like, it's cheaper, too. Like,
wait,
they be giving us deals. Like, when you buy more, from them.
With Javante.
Yeah, like, when you buy more from them, they, like, the overall price is, like, maybe like what $500, $600 less than what it would be.
All right, so
if you was to buy all them pieces separately, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all all burn for a game night before. Yeah. You have somebody like they're typically known resellers or whoever they are connects coming through. They'll come in one of y'all rooms. Like
so they buy their own room, then they set up. Sometimes one time they set up in Mark Sears' room, and we all went there and copped up like. Before we played Kentucky, like the Kobe's that I wore in the Kentucky game at Kentucky, I had brought them the day before, the night before.
So they played in them. Clothes, sneakers, everything.
Everything, designer clothes, all that.
Damn.
And they y'all set it up before y'all even get there.
Yeah, for us, I think it was Mark, cause he like real into fashion.
So he was setting up a lot of
So
these.
he was setting like a lot of the pop-up shops. He'd be like, yo, such and such coming through at this time. Y'all want some gear, pull up. He gonna get us right.
Yeah.
Like, we was like, bet, we there.
How much were y'all spending? How much were these transactions, if you don't mind?
So, all right, so I'll tell you, this is how much of a good deal it was. Mind you, you know them desert camo Kobe's?
Yeah.
The black and red ones? I got them, the Venice Beach Kobe's, and the Philly Kobe's in February before they came out for $850.
For all three
All
pairs?
All three for $850, and it was an early release.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's more than crazy.
That's
That's
what
like
I'm saying, bro.
That's like fucking
That's what I'm saying,
unfair.
bro.
What?
So you had to.
Yeah, I was like, bro, how can I not?
Yeah.
And if I was to buy them separately, like I looked at the price, like,
Ran
what?
you over like 2.5.
That's what I'm saying. And then too, like for example, these right here, I got these, and I got another pair of Travis Scott's. They like white, black, and blue. And you know they're expensive.
Mhm.
I got both of them for $1,000.
See, the rich get richer. You getting all this damn
Shit
money, and then
crazy.
everybody want to give you damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And I looked at it. I looked
I'm
at the
still
other
thinking
ones.
about those Kobe's.
Yeah.
3 of them for $850.
For $850. That's what I'm saying, bro.
So what
And it
about
was an early release.
what about
Wouldn't
like
tell
the clothes and
nobody
stuff,
that.
the shorts, the tees, chrome heart hats, shorts? He was getting all that for cheap too, pretty much.
Like these, I got this for like $150.
For the gallery shorts?
$150, bro.
Oh my god.
Like, they really be looking out, bro. I swear.
Why? But
I be
why is it
looking,
there?
bro.
What?
I be looking though. I be like, yo, it's.
Why is it in their interest to look out for y'all? Though?
I really don't know. I think like we be spending a lot too though.
Yeah.
Like, our whole team be going.
So
Like,
they
even
looking
the
like-
walk-ons too.
So they looking at like it's so much money being spent. I'm out with this because I'm.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I see why they would do that because it's so much bread being
Yeah.
spent.
Either
we be
way, they're
spending
making
mad
money.
bread.
Yeah. Hell
Deals
yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
they're making bank.
Yeah. Last
It's
question.
insane.
How will you use? I mean, I think, and I said it after. During your Final Four run, like I look at people's journeys in their careers.
Yeah.
Feel me? And like you can't find me somebody. I don't care who it is within the basketball world. In the last few years has had such a unique and like beautiful basketball journey that you've had.
Yeah.
Like that's what life is about. Life is about ups and downs. Life is about figuring shit out. It ain't always gonna be a fucking 5-star recruit. I went to Kansas. I played there for a year and a half. I was one and done. I went to the league. Sometimes you gotta go through shit. But how are you gonna use your basketball journey and what you've learned to impact your community and impact people as a whole?
Good question.
I think, I try to do it in ways of just talking to the youth. Like when I go to Woodbury and I work out, like sometimes I see the football players, and they always, it's a common question they ask me, like, how did I get to where I'm at and everything. And to me, like I said, I think it just comes from being mentally strong. I think that's the most important thing. You gotta be mentally strong to be successful in life at anything you do. Especially, like you said, if you're not a 5-star high recruit. Most kids in South Jersey are not that.
Or not that at all.
So, like, and then, too, I feel like it's kind of hard for them to kind of fathom all of that because, most of these kids don't really grow up in the struggle at all. Like, most of these kids got both of their parents, live a good life, and they kind of just playing for fun, but they want to go to the NBA or whatever. So, like, when they do hit, like, these hard times or hard moments throughout their careers, like, they don't know how to function.
Nice.
So I would just, like I said, say, try to instill, a different mindset into them, even when they didn't physically come from the struggle. Like, just know that it's going to be struggle.
Yeah. Appreciate you for joining me, my guy.
So appreciate y'all, man.
Great conversation. Can't wait for it to air.
Sir.
We will see y'all next week. Have a great week, everybody.
Sir.